Hey now, it's me, Lola, and you are listening to The Smoking Prophet. So you're here today because you've been overlooked before. You've been passed over for opportunities, for promotions, for jobs, for speaking engagements, and you're tired of it. I feel you. I totally get it. I understand. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to tell you, one, why you may be getting overlooked, and then two, I want to tell you how to put yourself in a position, how to put yourself in spaces, places, how to put yourself in rooms, how to put yourself at tables so that you can be around those people. I want to tell you how to make yourself visible so that you can walk into those opportunities that you know you deserve. If you feel me, then let's go ahead and get started. So let me just tell you how I got on this kick of wanting to talk to you about why you're being overlooked. First of all, it's relevant. It's something that all of us have experienced. It's something that I face. It's something that you face, or else you wouldn't be here. And it's something that we'll both encounter at some point on the other side. It's beauty in being overlooked sometimes. Sometimes the door being closed on you is really a blessing. And then sometimes the door being closed and the opportunity not being given actually shows you something about yourself and the situation, so it can help develop you. But either way, we're not going to get into that stuff. What I want to do today is just tell you straight up why you may be getting overlooked, so that we can get past that, so that we can get your visibility up there and you can get to the places that you want to be. First, the first reason that you may be getting overlooked is the fact that people don't know you. And it may have to do with your personality, or it could just be that you're just not putting yourself out there enough. But what I want to tell you is that you have something valuable to bring to the world in whatever space you're in. And if you don't open your mouth and say it, no one will know it. Also, think about this. When you go to a job interview, what do you do on your job interview? You sell yourself, right? You sell yourself to that interviewer, to that company, to that person, and you make them want to hire you. You have to do the same thing every day so that you don't get overlooked. You have to know what value you bring so that you can position yourself, put your value out there so you have confidence to walk in that value, and so that people can get to know you. Because sometimes, again, being overlooked is just a matter of people not knowing you. The next reason that you could be getting overlooked is that people don't recognize your value. So you may be someone that's putting yourself out there. You know, you're showing up. You're in different spaces, you're around different people, but when you leave, people are like, well, what does Lola do? You know, what does she do? What is the Smoking Prophet about? So they see you, but your value isn't evident. And people can't trace what you're actually adding to the community that you're in. They can't trace your value. So you're putting yourself out there, but you're not putting your value out there. So what you can do, friend, is you can start discovering what you're really great at. So I took this assessment, and this assessment, it was one of the best things that ever happened to me, because from that point on, I knew what my skills were. And not only did I know what my skills were, I had like definitions that made it very clear. And then my mind started going to work like, wow, I see how this strength has been working in my life, in my work experience all along. So what I'm telling you is start figuring out who you are. Start figuring out the strengths that you carry so that you can start making it clear to people what you're good at and how it will help them. Then that will put you in a position where they're not going to overlook you. They're going to know, like, when you come around, like, oh, that's Lola. Lola's really strong at helping people find systems for their business and creating content online so that they don't get overwhelmed and overworked. Lola is really great at organizing things. Lola is really great at setting up automations for social media. Lola is really great at structuring things, you know. They'll know that, and they'll say that about you, and then it'll, again, put you in a position of where you're not going to be getting overlooked. Sound good? Good. Let's go to the next one. At this point, let's go ahead and get into the stuff that we don't necessarily want to hear. So sometimes people will see you because you're showing up. People will know what you're skilled at because you're telling them that and you're making it clear over and over and over again. But then people will still overlook you and not want to work with you. And in these cases, sometimes it's because they're intimidated by you. Unfortunately, this is a real thing. Our world, most of our work experience is based around competition and not collaboration. Most of it is based on stomping out the next person and competing with them versus utilizing the strengths that they carry to make the team stronger, to make the organization stronger, to make the business stronger, to make the work stronger. So unfortunately, this is a thing. You may find yourself in that space where people are intimidated. What I would say you need to do is just position yourself in a way that always causes you to appear as a very friendly, agreeable person that is easy to get along with and that has the interests of the business or the person you're working for in mind. Okay, so even when people are intimidated by you, others around you will see that. They'll be like, no, this person is easy to work with. No, this person adds great value. No, this person knows how to work with colleagues and peers. No, I want to bring this person on. That will help to cut back on someone stopping you just because they're intimidated by you. Now let's get into the good thing. Let's get into how you can position yourself in those spaces, those places, those rooms, and at those tables so that you can be more visible and so that you can get those opportunities that you know you deserve. The number one thing I'm going to say for you to do is to volunteer. Yes, I said it. So if you are working at a company, at an organization, and you have a supervisor, which most of you all will have, once you get your job down pat, your job is to then make your supervisor's job easier, make your manager's job easier, okay? So once you have your role in the bag, go to your supervisor and say, how can I support you? Start asking for projects, start asking for special assignments, start asking and seeing what you can do to help them, okay? That's one way that you can put yourself on people's radar so that they can see the value of what you carry. Another way you can volunteer is through team member organizations. So if you're at a company that has team member groups, organizations, boards, volunteer. Start putting yourself in leadership positions, not only where you will support your peers, but where you will lead other people. Okay, I'm telling you to do that because it's going to put you around different people that have access to different information, different resources, and other people that can potentially give you more visibility and put you in those spaces that you need to be in to get the opportunity. I'm also telling you to do this, ding, 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 here's the big reason, so that you can get experience. Experience is something that keeps us out of a lot of rooms. Okay, when you go to apply for a job, a lot of times they'll tell you baseline, we need you to have this type of education, we need you to have this type of certification, but desired qualifications would include this much experience. Experience can set you apart, okay? So when you're finding that you're being overlooked for opportunities, it's not just causing you not to get that promotion or that job you want, it's causing you not to get the experience that you need to go to the next level. So volunteer for it. Volunteer with your supervisor. Volunteer with team member organizations. Volunteer for, do an internship. Do whatever you got to do to put yourself out there in those rooms around those different people, but also to get the experience that you need to go to the next level. I hope this helped you. I really enjoyed giving this message today. I always do. If you enjoy my content, I'm Lola. I'm with The Smoking Prophet. Again, The Smoking Prophet is a life advice brand designed to resource you spiritually, creatively, and socially. Do me a favor, go ahead and follow us on our podcast, The Smoking Prophet Podcast. Follow us on YouTube and follow us right at thesmokingprophet.com. Until next time, I hope you have the most amazing life. Bye!
Spiritually, creatively, socially. Spiritually, creatively, socially. Do life, do it better, do it better. Do life, do it better, do it better. The Smoking Prophet will inspire and equip you. The Smoking Prophet takes your skills and gifts and mold you.